Hi, I'm Dr. Darrin Peppard. I am a 26-year veteran in public education, everything from middle school teacher all the way through superintendent. But honestly, I identify as a recovering high school principal. I'm an author. I am the president, founder, lead innovator, lead custodian at Road to Awesome LLC, which is my business where we do leadership coaching, we do publishing, and then I am also a speaker and professional development provider in that space, specifically around leadership development and culture development.
So the summit is about school behavior solutions. And so this opens it up to a lot of behavior issues we're seeing in our school systems. So what topic are you going to address?
I want to address bullying, but I want to address bullying from a little bit different perspective. As a school leader and as a district leader, I was faced with that challenge quite frequently. And I know school leaders everywhere, you get those phone calls, you get those emails, and people want to talk about what are you going to do about bullying? And I want to give you a little bit of a unique perspective and hopefully some actionable steps to address bullying. It's my belief that if we don't address the adult bullying happening in our schools and in our communities, that no matter what we do, no matter what programs we put in place, that's not going to change the kid behavior because kids will emulate what they see adults doing. And if we allow that adult bullying to take place on our campus, if it happens between our staff members, if it happens honestly from our staff members to our kids or anything like that, if we allow parents to bully our staff, that's when we really start to run into some big issues. So I'm going to say that the thing I want to focus on and the challenge that I have for you is let's stop adult bullying. I think that's one of the most important things we can do to impact student bullying.
And so what are your top few strategies? What are the top strategies you would give school leaders to implement so that they can start creating change today?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to give you three, and I'm going to start with number one, which is my big thing, and that's leadership. It starts with you. You have to model what it is that you expect to see. You need to ensure that you are treating people with respect. You need to ensure that when you are addressing situations, that you're doing it in an appropriate way, that any conversations that maybe could result in a little bit higher tone of voice or a little bit louder voice, but those things happen behind closed doors. We want to make sure that as leaders we are modeling what it is that we wish to see. So that takes me right into number two, and that is when we see those things, we need to address it. Address the behaviors that we don't want to see. If we don't address something, we essentially endorse it. And that doesn't mean that you need to address it publicly or call people out or anything like that. Again, back to number one, model the behavior that you want to see. But as a leader, the people in your building, they're waiting around. They want to know, how are you going to address a situation when it comes up? And if you don't address the situation, they'll know. And to be honest, if you do address the situation and you do it the right way, behind closed doors, private conversations, conversations that honestly begin with things like, can you help me understand how this brings us closer to our goals as a school? Can you explain to me how this behavior is beneficial to other people around us? Instead of coming at it with, I'm going to be angry about it or I'm going to chastise someone, approaching it as a curiosity. How does this help us achieve our goals? How does this bring us closer to where we want to be? So number two definitely is address it. Make sure that you do, because people will watch, people will know. And even if you address it behind closed doors, they'll still know that you addressed it. Believe me, word will travel. And then number three is just practice kindness. I think this is something that we need to continue to do more and more and more. And, I talk a lot about culture. I talk a lot about, flipping the culture at the high school where I was and at the district where I was. And so much of that honestly comes back to, how do I choose to show up every day? And I really need to focus on showing up bringing kindness to the table and bringing understanding and bringing empathy and bringing patience to situations. If I can model that, it's amazing. So many other people will probably follow suit, but it starts with us. That's honestly, all three of those really are leadership, but it starts with us. And if we are the ones who choose to show up and be kind, address things that we don't wish to see, but do it in an appropriate and professional way, and we choose to really reinforce the good things we want to see. So when we see those good behaviors, we're saying, yeah, that's what we want to see. That will help to start putting an end to that adult bullying that we see, which in turn should help us with the bullying that we see between our students.
So, Darrin, how can they get in touch with you when they want to learn more about you and have you come out there and help them?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, the website is roadtoawesome.net. That's an easy way to get a hold of me. On social media, I'm Darrin M. Peppard on literally every platform. So I've made it very, very simple. And you can email me at darrin@roadtoawesome.net. That's Darrin. Yes, that's the correct spelling of Darrin. So if you spell it a different way, I'm sorry, you're spelling it wrong. So Darrin@roadtoawesome.net.
And why Road to Awesome, Darrin?
Oh, we're all going somewhere, Charlie. We're all going somewhere. Why wouldn't we want to go someplace awesome? There was a moment for me where those two roads diverged, and I had to make a choice. Yeah, I could stay on that same old traveled path, or maybe take a path that takes me somewhere awesome, and that's where I choose to go.
Awesome. Thank you.